back to it. Okay, so Ishana's backstory, if you want to know, she's from the Kawakba galaxy, which is basically the ice cream galaxy. Every one of the girls in my series is from a different galaxy. Now, they are all Negroes, right? But they live on, of course, different planets and different galaxies, different sectors, because, due to Rangers, of course, they venture throughout the galaxies and protect different parts, right? And so she lives in the ice cream planet. So basically, I like to call it that because most of the majority of the planets there are cold most of the time of the year, and like they have like only two seasons. They have spring and winter, so it's like a transitional thing. It's don't really have like summer or anything like that. Her favorite yeah. So one of the things is when she first meets Koyashi, she is kind of amazed by her in a way, and like her outside world because she never really went off planet before. And if it isn't really off planet, she never really went outside of her galaxy. Because what I mean by that is that she is an AI, or what I like to call it a cyber Negro. So it is, which is like another part of Australia, right? Who live on like another part of like Negroes who live in the cyber world, but also they live in the real world as well. So they simultaneously live in both, right? But she's born on the wires. This is what I'm gonna call it, the wires, and in real life as well. So she has like a balance of the two worlds, right? And so in the Quartercog galaxy, the whole wires is connected through each of the planets. I'm gonna say it's like about 12 planets in that solar system. So all of those planets are connected through the wires. And so she might not have been off the planet physically, but side physically, she's been to every one of those planets and one of those junctions. That's what I call like junctions, yeah, of the same planet. So she has been out, but not really like physically touching stuff without being in the cyber realm. And when she leaves for Koyashi, it's like the first time that she ever gets to see the outside world. Okay, that's one. Her yeah, so like that's like one of the things. She's always wanted to go like off planet and stuff. Her parents are scientists and they're kind of nerdy, so they don't really interact with people outside as well. They never really thought like, oh, our daughter might want to interact with other people as well, and maybe not just live off cyber realm things. Maybe she wants to have like a genuine connection with people. That can really damage a child's development if they don't have a connection or experiences with other kids their age. And instead, like with kids nowadays, as I'm recording this 2026, a lot of kids are not going outside to play. They're not hanging out with kids their age, and if they are, they have to go to school. And a lot of bad things they have to get to school nowadays. A lot of things, no matter what age you are. So some parents will even put their kids in school. Some kids are homeschooled, house homeschooled, and you don't really get that much because of like certain demographics of people who are dibblers, as you know what I'm talking about. Kids can't go outside and play, and especially in some states where it's hot, it's too cold, it doesn't matter before, but like maybe get people snatchers. There's so many things you have to worry about now that you don't even think about when you're just outside by yourself, and then the source of contact, especially at a young age, was when Ishana went to the corner club because she was there when she was 5. So that's like basically when you start playing outside, right? You start meeting kids, and if you don't interact with people, you start to grow a little bit. You start to grow a little bit like distant from humans. You know, your parents are human, your siblings are human, your neighbors are human. But the only way you're going to interact with them is through cyberspace, physically touching them, talking to them, feeling their presence. It's going to be a little, so that's one thing. Another thing is like her music taste. I was going to say it's more like a Hemlock Springs or classical music or classical inspired music. And what I mean by that is that she listens to a lot of Hemlock Springs. Okay, I got a lot more people Hemlock Springs, but Hemlock Springs, I would say I should actually make a list of this. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I actually made a list. So for her music taste, I changed it a little bit. So I still have Hemlock Springs on there for the synthy 80s type music, but also I put here for like jazz and classical music, which I still think she was listening to classical music, but for people that would be related to her time, because it's like 7,000 years in the future, or 100 years in the future, I think, right? So what I was thinking is Hemlock Springs, Della XOZ, if y'all know what that is. Absolutely, that's the person name, absolutely that's right. Sade Ludola, please forgive me for the pronunciation of the last name. And also Erica Badu and Leslie and all that list, but also people around the genres, or that are branches off the same tree that this woman have planted, if you understand what I mean, musically. Yeah, so that's for her music taste. Now for her outfits. I would say that she wears more of a Zatanna, like 2002 Justice League United, limited type of wardrobe. For her regular day street clothes, I would say that she wears a lot of tights. Most of the girls who wear tights, it's just like a thing. It's just how they dress. That's how they dress in the future, in my mind. But for Ishana, she does wear tights, and she does wear a lot of overcoats and gloves. She loves her coats. Maybe it's because of the environment she grew up in, being in like a coral vortex of a planet, or it's just for professional reasons. But I think it's a little bit of both. I would say she got most of her fashion advice from her grandmother, who actually was not originally from that planet, but she moved there. So they're about like I'll say 2 generations in. She's the second generation of people that have grown up on that planet and cyberverse. Now, as I'm looking at her style right now, as you can see, she is mostly a blue tone and of colors and stuff, and more. I have like a thing here, so like tealish blue, a yellowish orange, which is like a white, basically it's orange, has orange tint. Got royal blue, light lavender, and cyan blue, and icy blue, cornflower blue. It's like just things. Also, she wears a lot of vests, as you will see. She even wears like an overcoat, for this called like a pantycoat, I think so, or a peacoat. It's a peacoat. Yes, she wears those a lot, and she actually likes the rain. Actually, it's like well, she likes cold rain, really cold rain. But when summer came around, actually for the first time for her, her body was not really used to it, so she really didn't sweat the first time because her body wasn't really used to it. Little fun fact. So yeah. She also wears like headphones, especially like a headphone jack. I think that's very unique to her. It's because I like, even though she's in this high-tech world, we can still have an aux cord, an auxiliary cord, plugged into something or something like that, reminding that technology is and steps and like that. She's not just high technology, she is part of all technology, and not just high tech as we have now, like AirPods and all that jazz, stuff, wireless and stuff. Now for streetwear, I would say, what would be her streetwear? So I'm mostly looking at her board right here on Pinterest board. I will link it in the description. Don't worry, girl. Guy, whoever's looking at this, I was from yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at her board right now, and I think because I got some decor in here too, because it's kind of decor, She does have like random knickknacks and stuff that she's collected from her and her teams. Team Shalash. I'm gonna change your name. Don't worry, it's not gonna be Team Shalash soon, but like just let me give it some time. We're gonna give you some tickets, okay? Anyway, with her adventures with the team. She collects different knickknacks and little pins and badges that she can take home, even show her parents, and show them like, I'm doing fine. Look at these things I found, and like if you're wondering how her parents feel about her going on these all the adventures and leaving at like such a young age, because she left at like 15. Let's give you a bug, but she did save her own planet, which I will get to later, especially like I'm not gonna get to later in this video, but if you want to read about it, I'm still writing story though, so I might give you a little taste of what's gonna happen in her chapter or her arc, really, because the chapter has indefinite volume size. So yeah, just leave that. Just leave that. You know what I'm saying? Leave that with the label. It's no leaves. Okay. For her street style, I would say that she wears, most of the girls I mostly gave them like these type of like puff jackets, and I'm finding all these on Pinterest, like all these different random like jackets that look so cool, like even puff jackets or just big puffy jackets in general, that seem like perfect things for her. Like it just fits her so well, and each one of them literally has one in their thing. I don't think Koyasha has one in her thing yet, but I'm gonna find some because my Pinterest knows me. Like we're like twins, like we're like cybernetic, like twins. I don't know. Anyway, what I was saying, yeah, they all have those same jackets, so really nice little jackets. It's a team thing, okay? We gotta keep it. Didn't intimidate the enemy. We gotta keep it, coinciding. Anyway, she also wears gloves, and she also wears like the gloves that are like halfway on your hands, where it's just like covering the finger part. She loves them. She loves it. For her tights, she loves wearing like tights with interesting lines, either vertical lines going up, like a swirl, like one of those candy things, it's not like that, or she goes like straight down, up, vertically. She never wears it horizontally. They don't really wear horizontal tights, and if they do, it's more of a argyle type of legging or tights that they will wear. They don't really wear just like strictly straight line. If it is straight line, then it's gonna be like argyle, like intersecting lines, not just like boring or something, like that. Even though it's not boring, it's just not what it's not her vibe. And for shoes, I would say, for shoes, what she would be wearing, but I would say I've only saved like one thing of shoes, and this is gonna be tights because it's like royal blue tights. But I would say she would wear, like, I don't want them wearing like futuristic. I feel like the future change in style isn't probably gonna go back 20 years anyway. So whatever it was 20 years before, it's just gonna recycle. That's how fashion goes, So whatever I choose, it's just gonna be popular again. So I would say either she's wearing like those like 1960s, or she might wear ankle boots. She could be wearing ankle boots, but remember she is 15, so we gotta keep it like age appropriate. She could be wearing sneakers. You never know. Like sneakers, leg warmers, tights. Like that could be the whole fit. But the thing with her is, she does wear for her working outfit, her ranger outfit. She does have like shorts, tights, and then like black shorts, black tights, or a bluish tint of tights, and then she has, I literally made a drawing of it on my computer. I forgot what I had her, but it was like a symbol of that. And then she had her vest, and then they all have like capes. But her thing was like she had the tail of the vest in the back was like magician's tail, like like it splits into like a, don't know what you call it, like a two-tailed goat, basically. Yeah, but like imagine that. But for shoes, circling back to that situation or conversation, I would say she either wears like a boots, like Coraline or something, or she can wear some Mary Jane shoes that are like slightly heeled, because for her height, she isn't that tall, but she's I would say she's about 5'6", 5'6". She's about 5'6" or 5'7". I want to make as much diversity for heights, men and women, especially for the women, because I'm not trying to have it all women short or all women tall. We need to have diversity between it, by the way. Okay, some people are gonna be short. Like she's like 5'6". For Ishana, she might be younger than her. It's like a joke I made to myself. No one else heard it, but it's a joke I made to myself. Of her, what was the joke? Oh, that she's like, a year younger than her, but why is she dominating her in height right now? Like, girl, that should not be possible. But excuse the outside noise. You know what it is. Yeah. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that she's taller than her, but just like ignore it. So like it's like funny. But anyway, yeah, she's like 5'7". I'm gonna make her 5'7". She's a tall girl, and she's kind of got insecurity about that also because first of all, she doesn't really interact with humans like that, But also, she's tall. Like, what? Girl, I even had some insecurities about that when I was younger because I was taller than everyone else. And it was like, even though I'm not that tall, but it's still, if you're taller than everyone else at, like, when you're 10, and then especially if you're taller than the boys, and they're looking at you weird, it's like, girl, I don't want that. I don't want that. Okay, so let's leave that alone. Okay. Now let's try to find her some shoes. I'm just gonna type in shoes. I'm on Pinterest, by the way. And I know like people say like Pinterest is going bad names and find like alternatives to Pinterest. I know that one thing I already signed up for it, the Saturn thing. I forgot what it's called, Venus, one of the planet names. And it's interesting. It's interesting. It says Pinterest is home. Pinterest is home. It's like, my nigga, I don't want to go out home. Just to find something. Like, baby girl, I'm not trying to do that. The second shoes, I actually have a lot of shoes saved, but they're kind of the same type of shoe, some different fonts. Like, girl, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just bringing up sneakers. Okay, let's type in the brand of shoe. Not brand of shoe, but type of shoe. I think you'll wear a lot of regions, but I want diversity between regions. So let's type in Mary Jane's, or not Jane's, just Mary Jane. Mary Jane shoes. Don't fixate about these. Okay. Anyway, yeah, you see this? This is kind of generic. It's kind of like just let's type in blue, just more specific. I typed in blur. Oh my gosh, this is the type. So either Vans, these Vans right here, like with the Velcro rips, like that, because it's in the future. Oh, you don't know she's more in the future. You just wear Velcro. It's gonna be like this. So she's gonna be wearing Okay, whatever. Those are pretty. This or the Pumbas, the Pumba ballet shoes. Forget what they're called. I know they're called sneakers. But what are they called? Speed cats. Most of the people here, and most of the girls are gonna be wearing speed cats. That is gonna be like the main thing. Like, don't worry about that, And I would say let's find out she's more speed cats because that would be the main shoe most of the girls are wearing. So of course I'm gonna say this, especially for Ishana. Ishana. Hold up, let me not mispronounce the queen's name. Hello, she's queen. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, we're almost done with this. It's like visual shopping for me. Okay, so anyhow, what's the next thing? Oh, hairstyles. Okay, so let's go back to her board and let's talk about hairstyles. Now for hairstyles, I would say I do got this whole thing right here, but just we provide that for now. Okay, for hairstyles, as you can see that her hair is locks. She has locks. I call them dreadlocks because there's no dread in our hair. Keep that a buck. 50, please, but 60, please. So I was gonna have her have wigs. She does have wigs. She has wigs, and she's like a wig / freeform. And I don't know what you classify as wigs. It's like round at the bottom, but she has like a version of that, and it's like something like that. And she'd be wearing that. Really freeform. I'm just yawning. Oh my gosh, excuse me. And she'd be wearing freeform, and that would be like wearing. That's her hairstyle. And she would wear it basically out, like just letting it be in the wind. And her hair, I don't know why I put this pinned up hairstyle here. I was gonna have her have jellyfish, but I don't think jellyfish really fits her. Also, when she transforms into her thing, into her ranger outfit, each people in this universe that are hunters or huntresses, they have their own style outfits when they become official, full-fledged hunters. Just generalizing all hunters, right? So it's not like uniform based. Everyone knows because we have a symbol, but that symbol can be anywhere on your outfit. Not like on the taste or some shit, but like on the chest area, on the arm, the back of the neck, if that's to your costumes liking. It's kind of like My Hero Academia, where you choose your outfits to be when you become an official pro league hero. But like here, it's got the same thing like My Hero Academia, but it's just took that from Hero. So I'm gonna give you that. Give me that. The series anyway. Give me that. Thank you. Anyhow. But when Ishana transforms, she actually has face paint, and it's kind of an expression of the inner her and how she really feels. And even if she doesn't talk to you much, okay. Oh my gosh, why am I yelling so much? Holy shit. Even though she doesn't talk too much to other people, she has sticks inside her friend group, as soon as she talks to herself, she can express herself like vibrantly or even vocally and loudly through her face paints. And I think that face paints are very beautiful, and that's why I'm into the series, because some of the girls have face paints. Or maybe that should be part of the outfit, like everyone's face paint. It's just to express yourself, visually, where you can't say the words. Just, you know what I'm saying? I love a good face paint. Anywho, yeah. And then with things like ties, um, as it might give, Atlanta fashion nigga. I'm not gonna lie, some niggas be tripping. I'm not going to lie. Don't tell them niggas that though. Don't tell them niggas that though. Don't get the egos up because they already know they don't need to up any higher. Okay, stop it. But she does like wearing like the kind of cool magician, like if she was in Harry Potter, she would definitely be a Gryffindor. Not Gryffindor, hello? That's the ops, nigga, the fuck. The fuck. She would definitely be she would definitely be what's it called? She would definitely be a Ravenclaw, yes. I feel like. She's very introspective. I think it's like one of the things like smart, wittiness. She is witty, but she like says something and she's smart. Don't throw shade and try to hide behind a tree. Like hello, this like this. She's really bad at shade because everybody says her shade, so she's good. We'll teach her. Don't worry. Anywho, yeah, she be wearing a lot of ties and jewelry, and she wears a lot of jewelry to represent from her grandmama and her granddaddy because they wore a lot of jewelry when they were younger, and she's mainly influenced like fashion-wise by her grandparents. Her parents can kind of dress. Remember, they're nerds. They just dress whatever's comfortable, and they dress for whatever is quick enough to do in the morning because they are like bioscientists, so it's not really like a fashion show up in there. Her mom and dad got a little swag, of course, because they're black, of course, they're not gonna be dripless. Like Stephen or Kel, hold on, wait. Excuse the fuck out of me. Just wait, guys, just wait. Excuse you, bitch. Okay, anyway. Like, her parents aren't triplets, but they could use some help fashion-wise. But her grandparents, though, they drippy as they drippy as they drippy. So this fuck ass jet. Anyhow, yeah, they drippy as hell. So, what else should I say about her before I get off? Oh, she does have blue hair. Yeah, she has blue hair. Also, she loves her a good what's it called? This. I forgot what it's called. Overalls. She loves overalls. So yeah, it's a little 90s touch. So yeah, a little 90s thing. Yeah, a little 90s thing. Yeah. So yeah. And does she kind of dress? Does she kind of take some of her inspo from like a 1960s girly thing slash the eldest Obama daughter thing? Yes. The same circle girl. You're not gonna hide. Okay. So anyhow, that's mostly about Ishana. It's like the main thing about Ishana. So I hope there's enough information to get you interested. Let me actually check my list to see if there's anything else. Personality course. Oh, personality. Okay, so for personality, she has a personality like what would she have? Okay, for personalities, I would say she's introverted. Introverted, kind, but skeptical. Intelligible, and like I don't know why I was about to say code switching, but like adaptable. She can adapt to her circumstances wherever she needs to. She's non-sociable because of how she grew up, not particularly because of how she was raised. Fuck you too, nigga. Anywho, yeah, because of how she's raised, but she loves. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but there's. You done? Thank you. Anyhow, for personality-wise, I would say she's introverted, not because of how she was raised, that's how she grew up, or how she was raised, I guess. But she wasn't taught to like not be social. Like, of course, they wanted her to be social, but it's kind of hard to be social when no one else, everyone else lives on a fucking planet like miles away from each other. Like, holy fuck shit. Some people can be sociable like that. No one's walking on the fucking cold just to see their friend. I would, but like the average person, no. You know what I'm saying? And it's like blizzards and shit. You want me to walk the fucking blizzard so we can play Uno Flip, nigga? Well, fuck, no. Keep that shit online, and that's kind of the problem. So yeah, she's introverted, a little arrogant because of her knowledge of things, but she has no wisdom, which is knowing. Wisdom, like you can have knowledge, you can have all like that head knowledge, but if you don't use it, which is wisdom, it's useless for nothing. So since she's at that younger age and she's literally connected to the internet, she thinks she know everything, and so it's kind of like a smart ass alecky thing. Also introverted, shy, but she can clap back at bitch if she wants to, but still they clap back at her because she has no life experience and not that much life experience. So that's another thing too. So that's kind of on the ice of that. I think I've covered everything so far for Ishana's basic backstory, and that's really why I wrote Ishana's basic backstory. But anyhow, it should be near the end of the drawing now, hopefully. And yeah, I will be drawing more of Ishana because I'm actually drawing their little sneak peek for the next video. I'm actually drawing their like actual uniforms right now. Not right now, but like I'm in the process of doing it. So if you're interested in that too, like and subscribe, hit the notification bell. get all notifications from me. And I don't post that much, so I'm not like annoying. Like I'm not posting every day, so I'm not annoying. So I could be there like in the back of your mind, like when you're finding something watch, like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Let's go watch Kawakba. Who the bitch? Stop. Okay, let's go watch Kayasha. That's on my own name. Oh my gosh. I'm embarrassed. Anyway, I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, I'm in the process of drawing their uniforms for their team. Holy, they can't get sent out. Oh my gosh. Anyway.